Good evening and thank you for joining us for the news at 5. I'm Brandon Etheridge.
And I'm Kara Rhodes.
Because This Is Auburn, a campaign for Auburn University, recently completed its most successful fundraiser in history. The university announced on A-Day that the campaign raised more than $1.2 billion to support 4 major areas: students, faculty, programs, and facilities.
Donors gave more than $637 million to fund new programs and more than $203 million to transform campus through new facilities and renovations. The campaign, which concluded on December 31st, 2017, made Auburn the first university in Alabama to raise more than $1 billion in a fundraising campaign.
This week, Auburn University is hosting the 2018 SEC Academic Conference. The conference brings together representatives from the SEC's 14 universities to discuss the topics of importance: cybersecurity. Former United States Director of Intelligence Mike McConnell was among the keynote speakers at that conference.
Kind of understanding, I don't think it's the digital dependence and the vulnerability of the nation is not fully understood by most people. But you literally could shut down banking or energy supplies or electric power. I mean, it could be incredible things you can do if you can penetrate a computer. And I would assert there is no computer on earth that can't be penetrated with the right sophistication and focus and persistence. So if that's true, and we're so dependent on them, shouldn't we figure out a way to protect them in a more comprehensive way?
McConnell advocated for universities to play a key role in producing students that can fill cybersecurity jobs.
Auburn University recently received a $900,000 grant from the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation in support of the Alabama Prison Arts and Education Project. The grant will enable Auburn to have a major impact on prison education in Alabama.
The APAEP is dedicated to bringing educational opportunities to those in Alabama prisons through a partnership with the Alabama Department of Corrections. Students at Station Correctional Facility in Elmore County will soon have the opportunity to pursue a bachelor's degree from Auburn University.
The sidewalk on South College Street from Magnolia to Ingram Hall will be closed from April 9th through April the 20th. The area is closed due to the demolition of the Compass Bank building at Toomer's Corner. Pedestrians will be rerouted to the north side of West Magnolia.
The sidewalk will reopen on April 20th, but will be reduced to 5 feet wide until May 4th. 4 on-street parking spaces on West Magnolia Avenue and the adjacent right turn lane on South College Street will be closed as well. Motorists are asked to use caution and to take alternative routes to avoid the area.
The Opelika Police Department needs your help this evening. They've identified a suspect in the March 30th murder of Nathaniel Gibson. 34-year-old Moses Mo Edwards is wanted in connection with Gibson's murder. There is an outstanding warrant for his arrest.
According to police, Edwards should be considered armed and dangerous. Police caution citizens not to approach Edwards, but to immediately contact law enforcement. Tipsters may remain anonymous by calling 911, the OPD Investigative Services at 334-705-5220, or the Secret Witness Hotline at 334-745-8665.
There's a new memorial in downtown Montgomery that commemorates thousands of lynching victims. The National Memorial for Peace and Justice has 805 steel markers, each representing a state, county, and bearing the names of the victims of lynching from that area. The memorial was the subject of a recent 60 Minutes special that aired on Sunday.
Much of the focus has been on whether or not to take down monuments that celebrate the Confederacy. But this story is about a new monument going up in Montgomery, Alabama. It documents the lynchings of thousands of African-American men, women, and children during a 70-year period following the Civil War.
The memorial takes up 6 acres in the heart of Montgomery and is located at 417 Caroline Street. The memorial has a grand opening scheduled for April 26th.
A bus crash in Saskatchewan, Canada has caused shock and grief across the country. A bus carrying a junior hockey team was struck by a tractor trailer, resulting in 15 deaths and 14 injuries.
Many of the victims were between the ages of 16 and 21 years old. Victims also included the coach, assistant coach, bus driver, and team announcer. Officials say that it is too early to comment on the cause of the collision or if charges will be brought.
Hollywood is coming to the Plains, and after the break, find out which star-studded movie is having its world premiere right here in Auburn.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
For all the papas out there, let's stop what we're doing and take a moment. A moment to be with our kids. They can be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments, kooky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count because every time dads take a moment to be with their kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's all take a moment to make a moment today.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary. But I'm a little misunderstood. Funny! Sorry, I almost killed you. We've all been misunderstood. I'm not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
The 121st edition of the Glomerata will be distributed this week between Tuesday, April 10th and Friday, April the 13th. You can pick up your copy of the Glom on the Thatch Concourse, Haley Concourse, or Roosevelt Concourse. If you're unable to attend distribution but would still like a Glomerata, you can submit a reservation request at aub.ie/glom121.
A big day for Auburn. Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema recently announced that Auburn will be the location for the world premiere of Life of the Party. Actress Melissa McCarthy stars in the comedy about a mother who follows her daughter back to college. Some details are still pending, but the red carpet will open at 6 p.m. on the night of the premiere, and the film will start at 7. The theater where the showing will be is unknown specifically right now, but it is believed to be the AMC Tiger 13. A spokeswoman mentioned that in the April 30th as of the date for the premiere, but that has not been solidified. Auburn students can visit lifeoftheparty.com to sign up for ticket information to the star-studded event.
Under clear skies, the War Eagle flying team practices their landing drills for national competition.
I mean, every time I come into touchdown, it's a cool feeling. It really kind of, challenges you as a pilot because, you are responsible for landing the aircraft safety. First of all, that's your #1 priority is safety. So then maintaining a safety aspect of it, but then being completely accurate in your touchdown is the challenge.
For members of the War Eagle flying team, Sunday afternoons consist of washing planes, flying them, and practicing competitive landing drills.
The flying team focuses on building pilot excellence and precision, both in knowledge and in skill. And I've noticed, even in my own flying and in the flying of my peers, that we've gained a lot of skill and a lot of expertise in operating in a competitive sense with flying.
The team is preparing for national competition in Indiana later this month, following a second-place finish at the Southeastern Regional Competition in the fall.
I think back all the time to the first time that I competed, and you really realize that you're competing against the best, and it's such a busy atmosphere.
I think what this, competition does is it challenges you to think outside of the box. So I think the way that it prepares you for whichever route you take to the airlines or going corporate, it keeps you thinking responsively, and then it also, I think, encourages leadership components, which is what you want to see in a captain at an airline.
In Auburn, Grace Reynolds, Eagle Eye TV.
Auburn's aviation program recently received a grant from Delta and is building the Delta Airlines Aviation Education Building. The building is expected to be completed in October.
Over a day weekend, the Auburn Chamber of Commerce and Auburn University Athletics inducted 6 new Tiger Trail honorees. The 2018 class of athletic legends joined the ranks of 126 past Tiger Trail inductees. Lolly Steiner, president of the Auburn Chamber of Commerce, said, quote, "We're always thrilled to welcome new Tiger Trail inductees and add their plaques in the sidewalk of downtown Auburn. Each time one is added, we're adding a piece of our history and telling more of our story."
This week's Pet of the Week is Crystal. Crystal is a 2-year-old mutt who is very fun-loving and friendly. She loves people, outside time, playing in water, and her canine best friend, Zizi.
She is heartworm positive, but a portion of her heartworm treatment has been sponsored. Crystal is available for adoption at the Lee County Humane Society.
Would you take a final exam in a wedding dress? Coming up, a look at 2 women who did exactly that.
When we come back, you're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
I believe this is a practical world and that I can count only on what I earn. Therefore, I believe in work, hard work.
I believe in education, which gives me the knowledge to work wisely and trains my mind and my hands to work skillfully.
I believe in honesty and truthfulness, without which I cannot win the respect and confidence of my fellow men.
I believe in a sound mind, in a sound body, in a spirit that is not afraid, and in a clean sport that develops these qualities.
I believe in obedience to the law because it protects the rights of all.
I believe in human touch, which cultivates sympathy with my fellow men and mutual helpfulness and brings happiness for all.
I believe in my country because it is a land of freedom and because it is my home, and that I can best serve that country by doing justly, loving mercy, and walking humbly with my God.
And because Auburn men and women believe in these things, I believe in Auburn and love it.
Two Nigerian brides left their own wedding receptions to take their final exams. Brides Dorcas Atsi and Deborah Atto are 2 final year students pursuing mass communications degrees.
When they found out that their weddings fell on the same date as their final exam, they decided to host a wedding and reception, but take a midday break to take their test. The 2 women showed up in their wedding gowns to take their exam and continued their receptions after completing it.
I can't imagine. That is dedication.
Absolutely. That's insane. Well, that's all we have for you tonight. Be sure to keep up to date with all of the latest news by following us on Facebook and Twitter at Eagle Eye TV and online at eagleeyeauburn.com. And make sure you download our new Alexa skill to hear all of the latest headlines read right there in your home. I'm Brandon Etheridge.
And I'm Kara Rhodes. Thanks for joining us, and War Eagle.